Alright, and it looks like the losers bracket has come to its conclusion, and we are seeing Steel LL here again. Steel Legio Loodle, apparently. So... and I'm going to be starting the timer in a second. Alright, so I don't know the score yet, but I'll figure that out in a moment. But in any case, it seems Steel LL beat the Moon Dudes in a pretty long match on Duel at Dawn. So that is interesting. And we have everyone back in here. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, let me make sure the lobby gets running properly. Maining. So, alright, that's 3 minutes remaining. And it is water hazard. I'm pretty sure I triple checked that at this point because we had, well, I just had dinner and everything. We had a pretty long break here. Although, if you were watching, you could, of course, have tuned in to some of the other potential streams that were going on. I think we had some point of view streams. Yeah, this match 14 is indeed water hazard. So that is all set. 2 minutes, we still have a bit of time before I need to make that call out. Yeah, okay, well 5 to 4, that's makes sense. I was genuinely surprised to see a... wait, let's make this, there we go. See a Duel at Dawn go that long. Prepare that call out. What have we got? Corsair, 2 Corsairs, and then we have Fish Pyramidian. Huh, interesting. Here then, sometimes it just, like certain letters just switch it to crew instead of match chat. I'm not sure exactly what caused it. I've never really checked carefully. But we are doing fine here. We'll get that call out ready. Let me turn down the music just a tad, since I'm actually here again. And ship loadouts locked, ship loadouts locked. Get that call out ready. They can request a minute. Give them a bit of time to do that if they need to, but bam. Since there was a change in the last 30 seconds, I'll do that. That's, I think, essentially the policy that teams can ask for a minute if there are changes in the last 30 seconds before it regularly ends. So we could see a whole bunch more changes here. We do still see, well, Corsair and Crusader. Maybe I was just mixing that up and there weren't two Corsairs. Let me type 30 seconds again. All right. Oh, well, they're really cutting it close. 2, 1, go. There we go. Ready up in the next minute, please. And then we'll be good to go here. This could be the finale, or we might end up having one more match if Steel LL wins this game, because this is double elimination. So any team needs to lose twice to be defeated. Steel has only lost once, and Pomelos have not lost at all. So even if they lose, they aren't out. They get to try again. And everyone is readying up on time. I like to see that. So, everything's set. We are on Water Hazard. Very open map with these tall rock spires. And those rock spires can be used as sort of as bits of cover, especially if you're a long, thin ship. But we will see what ships we have in a second after I start the timer. Now I could hide while I do this, but it's nothing that I really need to be hiding. There we go. Resume. So, ship number 1 is the Pia, piloted by Hellfire. It is a minnow carronade crusader with long-range side double Artemis, it seems. And the short-range side is Gatling and another Artemis, so we're seeing 3 Artemis on this. Ship number 2 is the Victor Magnuson. It's a Magnate piloted by Sunstrom. We have a laser flak Minotaur on a long range side and a Gatling flak carronade on the short range. And we're going to do ship number 3 anyway, but there are engagements happening already. This is the Popcat Moth, piloted by Merwin. It seems to be a double Nemesis Crusader with 2 Gatlings on the back and a flamethrower and mine launcher in the middle. And ship number 4 was already engaging. Oh boy, I'm gonna miss a kill at this rate, but this is the 5th element. It's a Carrowfish with a side, some sort of weird side. No, it's a flamethrower and then Gatling flak. There we go. And the 5th element is broken, so we finished that just in time. We also see a break on the Popcat Moth, who he loses more than half of their perma to a flat clip, I assume. Nemesis now pushing it back, Minotaur pushing it back. And the first kill goes for Pomelos on the red. There we go, first kill red. And the 5th element is hightailing it out of here. with non-destroyed engines, balloon being destroyed is not a big issue unless it gets stuck on the bridge, which it doesn't. It's not even losing particularly much altitude as a result of the balloon block, so yeah. Fifth element will make it away well. The issue here, Popcat Moth has respawned here. Might actually be able to get the Victor Magnuson alone. And now the P is turning, so the fifth element needs to re-engage quite soon to prevent the Popcat Moth here from being rushed down. Which Popcat Moth is able to retreat around the pillar. Fifth element is in position, so we will see. We see the laser going out from the Victor Magnuson. Laser is pretty effective in general against Crusaders, because laser is chiefly a piercing weapon. And there we go. That just goes down. And essentially, the Crusader is mostly armor with very little balloon. Any balloon that there is hidden sort of low and at the back. Sort of, you can see the balloon there. That's the balloon there on the underside. But if you shoot any piercing weapon at a Crusader, you'll either hit the guns or armor, and in the case of the laser, you penetrate the guns and still hit the armor. So that's why Crusader is especially vulnerable to, say, the laser. Same thing actually with the Pyramidion to a certain extent. Alright, fifth element taking some damage there. Unnecessary in my opinion, given that they could have just done some more conservative hiding. But they are at least pulling apart. The red team are trying to. There is cover here. The Pia is in hot pursuit. The spawns are very low here. The Popcat Moth, as you can see, is very low down and will need to rise up in order to join the engagement. Fifth element looks like they'll be able to distract here for a while. Victor Magnuson is not fast enough to continue with this chase, and in fact they're not making this chase at all. In fact, they're just running away at this point, while the Pia's turned around, and we're going to see all the ships engaging on this side, probably. Popcat Moth broken, drops down. Laser going out from the Victor Magnuson. We see the fifth element is now broken, bumps down onto the Popcat Moth, who rises up now, gets the Nemesis onto the Pia, doesn't manage to break the Pia just yet. Any sort of damage would do it, but there we go. We see Crusaders are just glass cannons. You wouldn't really expect it stat-wise. It's not like they have especially low armor or hull health. It's comparable to a Pyramidion, actually. But because of their very large armor hitbox surface area, it makes them particularly vulnerable. And the fifth element goes down as well. The Popcat Moth has spawned in. That is a mistake. They might be able to get a very quick kill. I mean, that's what they're focused on as a glass cannon. One of those Nemesis shots missed. Wouldn't have been enough, I think, to kill the Pia anyway, but the issue here is that the Popcat Moth doesn't have cover yet and might not survive searching for cover. Yeah. Crusader dies easily when it's focused, or especially to, well, any kill combo with piercing and explosive damage. Because it can't balloon block, of course. That's why. So our final match of the day, of the week, for SES ends 5-0 in favor of the Pomelos, who are the supreme champions of SES 352. So congratulations there. And that is another win for the Pomelos, who've been just in the winners leaderboard all the time, I feel. I was meant to test against the drift sail. Did Merwin... I wasn't checking the cap pilot loadouts. I guess Merwin was testing if it works without drift sail. Or does he mean that you got Hellfire to swap off of drift sail? If only we had a drafting system. Yeah, there is a discussion of that for the mini tournament, which you can look at in, well, there's information about it in the main competitive events Discord. And I'll let the lobby sit for a moment while they discuss this. So if you're interested in Guns of Icarus in general, the player counts usually are pretty low. During events, though, they are nice and high, and there are in fact a whole bunch of events. So you can find out about events if you go to Community Events, and you'll see all kinds of events localized to your time zone. Some of them require you to sign up, many of them don't. Sunday Community Skirmish is one of those that you actually do need to sign up with a team, so your best chance there, if you don't have, you know, a full group of 8 people or 4 people or whatever, is to find some existing team. There are always ships that are looking for additional crew members or for subs in case someone can't show. And other than that, there are lots of exciting events. I'm not going to go over them specifically, but we have Monday Monker Madness has been revived here as Monday Madness. And I haven't actually ever attended Black Flame Academy. And I haven't done Steelforge or Friendship much anyway, but as you can see here, we have plenty of events. The times are localized to your time zone. Dev games are happening. Those are usually pretty late. Well, it depends. This one's for Europeans. This one's for Americans, essentially. Crucible on Saturdays. Chaos Saturday night for Europeans. That's more for Americans. And here's Sunday Community Skirmish. So, I'm now going to close this lobby and also sign off for the night. Yeah, we don't want to leave a moderated lobby sitting around. Actually, before I do that, let me just plop. So, thanks for joining. If you end up looking at the replay, of course, there's going to be a huge gap because I didn't go and cast Portal Load Bracket. I instead had dinner. So just skip ahead through that. But it's fun to do this, and Pomelos are once again victorious. Thanks to everyone and so on. I'm not going to do a fancy intro. Just have a good day or night, depending on where you are. That is all.